Win it. No cheat codes, pressure on pressure, make gold. Patience on patience, don't fold. All we want is everything, that's all we win. No cheat codes, pressure on pressure, make gold. Patience on patience, don't fold. All we want is everything, that's all we win. Double up.
So what it now?
You're goddamn boy. Nigga, I ain't what we just had the hardest time, bro. I don't know what just happened, bro. Like I go to log in, the computer just shut down and go into a hole. I didn't approve shit.
Right.
I didn't say I wanted to update nothing right now.
Right.
God damn, bro, rude as hell. Real, bro.
Hey man, they're trying to disrupt the flow of what we got going on here, man. This thing kind of powerful, bro.
Man. Artifact episode 2. Artifact podcast. We gonna get a button in this motherfucker. Bro, what?
Yeah, we gotta get one of them horn joints, man. We gotta get a horn or something.
Hey, man, like, yeah, then we definitely gotta get a tag. We definitely gotta get a tag to play, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get into it, man. I'm excited, man. We got good feedback from the first episode. Actually, way more than I expected, to be honest. To be honest. Shout out to TikTok. TikTok got us looking real hefty.
Yeah, TikTok going crazy right now.
Nah, facts. How was your week, bro?
Man, you know me, man. It's another. What DJ Khaled say? Another one. Man, had a crazy week last week, man. You know, so last Monday, you know, me and my wife, we had to go to court with my daughter. You know, my wife's best friend provoked a fight with her at work. Then pulled
with your daughter?
Yeah.
With your daughter?
Yes. My wife's best friend was my daughter's boss. Pulled her to the office, man, provoked the whole crazy argument with her. And then in the midst of that argument, man, pulled a pistol out on her.
At work?
In front of my wife's mother, you know, my daughter's grandmother.
Wait, they was at work still?
They was at work, bro. At a healthcare treatment facility joint, man. Like you ain't even supposed to have no pistol there, first of all, man.
Oh, she different.
Different, man. Scary as hell.
What was the argument about that with?
Man, it was about a work situation. It was about an old work situation that had happened, you know, and basically where that company was really liable for my daughter getting her hair pulled out, you know, from a client.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we had resolved the situation because, you know, we're supposed to be family.
Right.
And then, but obviously in the owner's mind, she wasn't over it or she was upset. Maybe she had to account to the state or the police or something about it. You know, whatever the case was, we didn't know she was still upset about it. So, you know, she decided to, you know, go in more about the situation, even though it had already passed, already been like 2 weeks. We had already resolved it. And so, you know, my daughter got upset because she kept pressing the issue, basically trying to bully her into a conversation about it, you know. Wow. And so she knows my daughter's tendencies, you know, she gets upset easy. So, you know, it's a person 20 years or elder pushing buttons.
Right.
Then when they get turned up, you know, you want to go and pull a pistol, man. So it's way deeper than that, you know. But you know, if you want to hear the full story, my wife went live, Nikita Johnson on Facebook. She went live and exposed the whole situation. And
this was your wife's ex best friend?
Bro, this is my wife's best friend, the person that, you know, sang at my wife's granddaddy's sang at my wife's dad's funeral. She sang at our wedding. She was at my baby reveal. She helped me facilitate my proposal to my wife. She's the reason I met my wife because I saw my wife on her page. So it's really crazy, really kind of heartbreaking. But you know, it's the world we live in, man. And then, bro, to add insult to injury, so we end up having to go to court because after we filed, you know, police charges, you know, trying to go the grown-up route about things. This lady, man, filed a bogus ass protection order against my daughter.
As if she was threatened.
As if she was threatened or continued to be threatened after the fact. Bogus ass both lying, man. Listen, man. Listen, bro. She came to court, man, with a whole lawyer, bro. Hey, man, they walked in that bitch, man, like it was Judge Walker, man. Dun, 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 man. And they came in that bitch with briefcases. Hey, man, briefcases, heels, and dockers, man. Listen, the lawyer is Nigerian, bro. African dude. He was mean mugging me and everything.
What?
Hey, man, niggas was doing cross-examinations, man. Objecting and man, listen. Hey, the man did a cross-examination at a protection order hearing, bro. Hey, that shit was wild as hell, man. We sitting in there, man. Bro, they done brought in bogus ass witnesses. They done paid some niggas off. Niggas in there lying.
What?
Man, bro, they in there lying, bro. On the stand, bro. Got their hand up to your honor, man. Lying to your honor, man. Over a bogus ass protection order just to get that documented to try to justify some shit. But that shit don't mean that, man. And my daughter was she went up there straight face. We tried to prepare as much as we could, but it is what it is. They end up winning the protection order, based off of the lies, based off of,
right, false witnesses.
It's bogus head. But at the end of the day, the protection order don't mean shit, I mean, in my eyes, they lost for paying a lawyer to come in there for a damn protection order here, man. They want that be like Perry Mason, bro.
And he probably wasn't even really a lawyer. He was Nigerian.
He's a lawyer because I know him. I know him. Okay. I don't know him like that, but I know of him. I've seen him before. He worked in a lawyer's office. I've seen him before.
Okay.
But hey,
Nigerian, they pretend to be some shit on your ass, but you're like, damn, you ain't been I thought you was a doctor this whole time.
Nigga had home credentials, man. Nigga be a janitor.
Nigga performing surgery and everything, bro. Ain't even really a doctor.
Nigga be a janitor at Walmart, man. Shit crazy, man. Shout out to the Nigerians. I got some powerful Nigerian friends. They doing their thing.
Nigerian, but y'all be scared.
But yeah, man, they walking that be like Judge Walker, man. I'm talking about, man. We sitting there, man, like, oh yeah, they really came to put on the show. And so they want a protection order, man, but then my wife went live and she had to expose some things, man, because it was time out for the nonsense. This person has done a lot of people wrong. So, my wife was the huckleberry, to get shit popping, you know what I'm saying? Now we got anyway, man, that's a whole nother segment, man. When friends become enemies, when idols become rivals, all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying, man? It's wild out here, man. We're in a different time, man. They don't make them like us no more. Wise, don't make them like us no more, baby.
Just be silent. It's harder to be real. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, because all the lanes and all the suckers get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Because people equate money with success,
right?
Just
being an authentic person, like
yeah.
It's different versions of being authentic. Like you can still be an asshole and be authentic, but just be a real person, though.
Yeah.
Just be real.
Just be real, man. Could you imagine, man, me pulling a pistol on one of your kids, man?
That's just unreal, bro. I can't imagine anything that somebody could say to me that would make me pull a gun on my dog's child. Like I can't think of something that they could say to me. Well, see, unless I'm in danger.
Right. Unless you're in danger. Unless they pull
unless I'm in danger.
Exactly. Right. That's the only way that can be justified, Mm-hmm. And what's even crazy if you got lanes out here that's trying to co-sign and defend the BS, man. It's really
like it was okay.
Just a select few though, because people don't know how to not choose sides. That's another thing we're dealing with in this life. When you have mutual friends or you have mutual people that you respect and they get into a quarrel, you don't have to choose a side. Even if one side is wrong over the other, you can still support both without choosing a side. But see, what we have is a lack of accountability. Whereas, you my dog and you did something like that, me as your best friend or whatever, I'm gonna pull your coattail like, wow, that shit went G. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't official. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hey, I love you, bro. But hey, man, you gotta get that shit right. That shit wasn't official, man. Y'all need to get that shit correct. See, we ain't got people like that. No, we got people that's gonna find an angle to turn on the other person and make the villainize them, you know, and then, you know, victimize the actual culprits. Shit is wild out here, man. You know, we live in a day of where there's no accountability. There's no people that are gonna tell the truth and stand on principles, man. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with clout. We're in the era of clout chasing and people just want to be a part of something. You know,
it's a monster of social media. Like, cause social media gave people the ability to be whoever they wanted to be.
yes.
I can pretend to be whoever to the public. You know what I mean? And once you meet these niggas, once you start meeting these niggas in person, you realize your favorite rapper ain't as cool as you thought he was, type shit.
Yeah. I say that all the time, man. So this internet allow people to be whoever they want to be, man. Because I know people in high school, you know, little homies I raised, man. They on this internet, man, capping about what they used to do when they was little. I'm like, bro,
you know, people still know you. It's still people still alive.
We still here, dog. We ain't left.
Like we know you for real.
Yeah. You can't tell you gonna change the whole story, huh? Oh, you was moving bricks at 10. Oh, okay.
Like, nigga, I remember you. We didn't do no type of introduction, man. It's your host, Wise Betchley. I'm here with my co-host.
It's your uncle, man, Tar 100.
And we got a special guest here today, man. One of my cohorts. Is that the right word? I believe it is. If not, we're gonna roll with it. My partner, man, what's your name, bro?
Keisha Bells, man. Keisha Bells. Good morning, everybody. What's going on?
What's up with you, bro?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. So that's him on the hook?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Hey, I love the song, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, it's fire.
Which one?
Cheat Codes is the intro song to the podcast.
Oh, facts. Yeah. That's truth, though. Every word on that track is truth.
Yeah, man, that big go hard. But I played two different joints. Wise sent me, and two people I sent it to both chose that one.
Okay. Yeah. Facts. That's good. Yeah. That's dope. Made me feel good.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man.
So shit, yeah, man. We're gonna dive right in, man. What the fuck? I'm gonna before I go off on my rant, I'm gonna get y'all opinion about the Brittany Griner situation as a whole. Just as a whole. Like, what's your take on the situation from the beginning, her being locked up in the first place, and then all the way down to, you know, her being released for the Merchant of Death. We're gonna talk about that too, because America hell.
Yeah,
bro. Well, America crazy, bro.
America hell. They'll name a nigga some shit real fast. Who he done killed? The Merchant of Death. Like, who this nigga done killed, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
They so damn dramatic,
bro. Dramatic as a motherfucker, bro. Like,
hey, niggas can't wait to create a Netflix series, man. They already got to set that shit up, man. The Merchant of Death. The fuck. Go ahead, Keith. Hey, Keith, you can start it all, man.
Oh man, bro, that's funny as hell, man. First of all, accountability is always everything. So she knows she was sneaking and doing some shit. For one, you know what I mean? She probably think the consequences was gonna be what it was, but look where you at though.
Right, devil advocate, real quick. If you're used to going through that same circuit and them letting you go through, like, you get what I'm saying? I'm a WNBA player playing in Russia. They know who I am, and they usually let me go through that bitch.
I mean, yeah, devil advocate. That's cool and all, but you know what the consequences is if they just want to trip one day. If you just so happen to look ugly one day, it's over.
Yeah.
You wake up with a dread missing, it's over type shit. So like I feel like she had to take accountability, but at the same time it was definitely overkill. You know, Russia got a thing for America. We know that. You know what I mean? So definitely overkill. America ain't shit. For what they did her, like I'm talking about, bruh, like it wasn't that much. You had like certain NBA players and other sports figures advocating for it, but the officials really was just like, shit, they ain't our problem. You know what I mean? Like that ain't our problem, you know, but it's like this is somebody who is cherished in your homeland, you know. So it's like it's kind of, it was weird. She's finally out. They got they had to make it seem bigger than what it was. You know, the merchant of death is crazy. America always gotta feel like they're the fucking hero.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy she's out. I'm happy she's free. Don't go back to Russia, man. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, you can't tell WNBA player that because they don't get paid shit here.
Yeah. Man, them motherfucker made 250, nigga. They're more than most people. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. 250 to shoot basketballs around. You got me fucked up.
And then they play like 30 games though.
You play like 30 games, nigga. Like y'all play
so
like
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of confused on that though. Like people say they don't get paid enough, this, that, and the third. It's like, bro, y'all played 30 games, bro. Like,
and y'all sell a combined 30 tickets. Like, like it's the proof is in the pudding. If more people come watch you, then you have no choice but to expand. You have no choice but to make more money.
Bro, off subject, then we'll go right back. They should just lower the rim to 9 feet, bro. Yeah, more motherfuckers to be dunking.
Watch that shit.
You feel what I'm saying? Every WNBA game I've been to, and I probably like the 6 or 7, they always free tickets. So that should put it.
Damn, you been in 6 or 7 games?
That should put it in perspective for you. When it's free, you just might go. You know.
Hey, I will go if it's free.
Facts.
I'll say, you went to 7 games, man.
But even when it ain't free, it's like $5.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's supply and demand. I mean, you know, they listen. You know, the demand is not there because we don't get the same entertainment factor that we get with the NBA. We want to see a nigga leaning in. You know what I'm saying? We want to see a nigga come across that big boom boom. You know, we want to see some highlight films. You know, see we can, you know. So
Lord
regular business. What you say?
Man, even if you lower the rim, they still gonna be slow as fuck. Like they still gonna shoot like goddamn Larry Bird.
But we're gonna see more than them bullshit ass one hand scrape dunks though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they be scraping the dunks and be getting pumped as hell. Brittany Griner like 6'11".
But even if you lower, they still not athletic though, is what the thing is. So even if you lower the goal, you get a couple more 2-hand dunks.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going to see goddamn Lisa Leslie now. Like, no.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. That's funny.
I want to see somebody come through that bitch and Michael Jordan, Mona Lisa that bitch. You know.
That's what we want to see. Now we get a female like that motherfucker going between the legs.
Right. Going
now
crazy.
We watching WNBA.
Yeah.
But
you know, I agree with what he said about it's Russia, man. You know, I don't give a damn how many times I've been through that bitch. Nigga, I ain't taking the goddamn. Yeah, I might barely take the toothpaste to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no sauce, man. listen, I ain't taking no sauce. Russia, you know, man, listen. So I'm like this. You already know, man. You can't go through that house stepping. You know, so I'm not taking that chance. I don't give a fuck. I'm not taking that chance at all, my nigga. So at the end of the day, I agree with him that, you know, it was a bonehead decision to try to move like that in a country like that in times like this, and we already beefing with them. We've been beefing with them, you know, since the Cold War. So they gonna try to get at us every chance they get. So yeah, some accountability, but goddamn, man, they gonna give a nigga 18 years for 18 years for some bullshit ass, you know, CBD or weed, whatever fuck, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. They dragging it out. My thing is now is all these fake ass, you know, Team 2 woke niggas, you know, or no, everybody turned into a political activist expert now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's is a fucking expert on foreign trade affairs and shit like that, you know. And so last month everybody was free Britney. Now it's they traded her for for the merchant of death.
The merchant of death.
Shut the hell up, man. Because if it was your daughter, your cousin, your sister, whatnot, you'll be celebrating like everybody else, man. We are the worst, man. I'm gonna let you.
I'm finna say, nigga, don't you steal my rent. Don't you steal my rent.
Let me. Hey,
boy, hey.
Let me stop. And let me stop with this right here because the nigga said I was in the Illuminati last week.
Oh damn. Yeah, man.
Boy, the internet just be saying shit, bro. The internet just be saying shit, bro.
I'm glad she home though. I'm glad she back. I'm glad she home.
Shout out to Brittany Griner, man. That it was definitely for sure overkill, nigga, but it was a chess move because we already know who we want back from you. Cause that's the only reason we locking your ass up. We just went to Ukraine. We slick ain't winning like we supposed to be winning in Ukraine. Ukraine holding their own type shit. They supposed to been dead.
Right.
What the fuck is going on? You get what I'm saying? Like
right.
Ukraine really ain't going out like no bitches over there type shit. Let's go get our top dog. Yeah, them niggas, the family, the little girls and shit out there. The whole country fighting, nigga. That's a different breed. I'm not ready. I don't want to be born into no shit like that. Like, I'm good with spoiled ass America, bro. Like,
right.
I'm not trying to be at war for real, nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I got a great appreciation for Ukraine, the way that they held their own or whatever. But that's a chess move. Right. Let me go and get the top arms dealer or whatever for this basketball player, but you really don't got no choice because of how social media is right now.
Right.
And now all of the attention is on what you gonna do by Brittany Griner. You gonna leave Brittany Griner over there or whatever. But to play off of what you was just saying though, I can't stand Black people. I love y'all to death, but I can't stand you, bro.
Yeah.
The way that you can just go from one thing to the next thing as if just last week you wasn't saying a certain thing is unreal to me. I do not understand how somebody can scream free her and then be upset as if you knew who the fuck the Merchant of Death was prior. Did you know who this nigga? Did you know he was been locked up for 20 years?
Hell no.
You did it. So, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know who this nigga is, bro. You don't know why he got locked up. All you hear is Merchant of Death. And so you just assume this nigga just a mass murderer, Jeffrey Dahmer ass nigga. He's not. He sold weapons. He wasn't a murderer. He sold weapons.
Right. Nigga sold 238s, a 45, a 22, and a 9 to goddamn Leroy in the corner. And you a Merchant of Death.
Bro, my man's got locked up because he sold some motherfuckers from France was trying to they were undercover US agents, but they were pretending like they were France and they was about to go bomb on some United States military bases. And they got the transaction on wire of him agreeing to sell like underground missiles and shit, or land to water missiles, or water to land missiles, or whatever. That's what he got locked up for, nigga. That's not just America is doing that right now somewhere. It's some niggas from America right now selling missiles to somebody underground.
Been doing it.
Facts. The thing about Black people is, bro, especially in America, they love to have something to complain about. So that's why the goalpost always moves, like over and over again. It's like, okay, at first it's free Brittany Griner, they doing too much, and now they got so much to complain about. The Merchant of Death, you can keep her over there for that. But it's like, I don't know what it is about us. I don't know. Like, I can't really put my finger on what happened, but it seemed like it's always something to complain about. You know what I mean? So
yeah. The only issue I have, I do think that she should have came home, and I don't really give a damn who they traded for to get her home, honestly. But the only issue I got with that shit is that it's a nigga over there right now, a U.S. military veteran that's been locked up for 4 years in Russia on some bullshit, and they left him there. Like, I think you should prioritize. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Yeah, of course we want to get Brittany home for sure.
Right.
But if a nigga was fighting y'all war and he get caught on some prisoner of war shit, it make more sense to probably go get him first.
Right.
That's my only issue with the whole situation is like they let social media trick them into feeling like she was top priority in a fucking political war. How the fuck is Brittany Griner top priority in a political war? Like that's my only issue.
I agree
about the whole situation.
Yeah. I agree.
So a lot of people probably was over there locked up way more important than Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, this a like I said, it's a media thing, you know.
Yeah, that's all about the ads. Like y'all think it's because of more Americans advocated for it, and because it was on Sports Center and ESPN, and because it was on Fox News. Y'all think that's what it was?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Makes plenty of sense.
All right, so we're gonna introduce a new segment this week. This is the Did You Know segment or whatever. And this is basically every week on the show, we're gonna have a segment where either me or or both of us might have we're gonna Did You Know? We're gonna introduce something to the world that you might never heard of this before. So it could be conspiracy. It could be some financial information. It could be some mental health information, something that can make you more successful in life. Just information in general, random information. Did you know? All right. So I'm gonna kick it off if you don't mind. Do you mind if I do the first one?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right. So do y'all know the story of Yakub?
Who?
Yakub.
Yakub?
Yeah, the story of Yakub.
Yahoo? No.
Yakub or Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob. Yeah, okay, yeah, facts. Okay, yeah.
Like from the Bible?
But
yeah.
But the NOI's version of Jacob.
Okay.
With his name is Yakub, which was the person that created white people, supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yakub is the person that he spliced genes together with like different animals and shit and different races across the country that he had collected, and not across the country, but across the world that he had collected, and he spliced these genes together over years and years and years. I think it might have been like 200-300 years where his workers kept the process going until he finally created white people or whatever. I'm trying to find a better way to say it, but so this is not necessarily my beliefs. I'm just telling you this is literally what the NOI believes.
This nigga like Frankenstein?
Yeah, this is what they believe. This is why they say white people are the devil, and this is their concept or their ideology about why they feel like white people are the devil. They don't feel like they are of earth or whatever. Yakub was part of a tribe. He got kicked out of a tribe, and he wanted to go back and fuck that tribe up. So he created an enemy for that tribe,
right,
or whatever, and then he released them. He released them into the world, or whatever. Okay, so that's just that's not even the Did You Know or whatever. That's just kind of to give you an idea about gene splicing. So,
well, I definitely didn't know that. So I appreciate that. Yeah,
no problem. So the Did You Know is that did you know that it's an island called Plum Island that you're not allowed to go on because it's owned by the government or whatever. So you can't, no regular citizen without proper credentials can go on this island. And they're known for gene splicing. They're known for taking animals, 2 different animals or 3 different animals, putting them together and creating another creature or whatever. So when y'all get a chance, look up Plum Island. This is for the audience. Look up Plum Island and look at some of the creatures that allegedly were found on this island or whatever. So it's crazy looking shit. Where it's zebra with an anteater, like all type of crazy ass animals, bro. No bullshit. Plum Island.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of Plum Island before. I might check that out myself.
No bullshit.
I ain't never heard of that. Plum Island.
Plum Island. It's a few islands. It's an island called Snake Island that
Heard of
nobody
that one.
you can go to it, but you're not gonna make it out that bitch where the whole island is infested with snakes. Like it's just snakes from top to bottom on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
It's a few islands people can't go to. Where it's like it's an island of where it's some natives that ain't never been like interfered with. Like their culture and shit has never been affected by the outside world.
Yeah.
And they're scared to go in there because every time somebody go in there, they don't never come out that bitch.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Them niggas don't make it off the boat. They don't make it off the boat good. They hit your ass with a goddamn spear or an arrow. Like,
Nah, facts. On some super old school weaponry on your ass, nigga on some shit like
nigga hit your ass from the straw. Hey,
no
300 yards,
bro.
hit your ass from the straw in the neck from 300 yards, bro, with precision.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, this world is so unexplainable, dog. Like it's so huge and just so many. Did you know it's a free? Did you know? Did you know it's places in America with no gravity?
Huh?
It's places in America. It's a place in Phoenix, Arizona that you can go to. You can actually go to the spot, and you can
be
float,
floating,
nigga.
That's I
America.
I done been through Phoenix so much now.
Look, I'm finna put you, and I hope I didn't misquote that. I think it's Phoenix. We finna see right now though, but I'm about to call it out so people can go to this spot and we can get some pictures and shit or whatever. Real shit.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
Hold on, real component right now. Santa Cruz, not Phoenix. Santa Cruz,
California.
Santa Cruz, California. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Santa Cruz,
Yeah,
California.
you was close enough.
And it's called the mystery spot.
Hey, yo, isn't Antarctica one of those spots too, where they don't allow nobody to cross that field?
Yeah, you gotta be basically you gotta be a credentialed scientist, but you gotta be a scientist specifically for like you gotta work for the government. Like you can't be like just a regular ass scientist and shit. Like you gotta be assigned to Antarctica. And all the war in the world, nigga, and Antarctica is the only thing that the world can agree on. We fussing about oil and human trafficking and all this shit, but for some reason, humanity has decided that we ain't gonna fuck with Antarctica.
Man,
Why
do you think that is? Why do you think that is? What's
terrestrials? Goddamn, that's what I'm sticking with.
They say
that's home base.
They say it's an ice wall. They say that it's another side of Earth that we don't necessarily participate with.
So we on some Game of Thrones type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn,
exactly. So
the
the actual visual of the map is just only like a small portion of what the actual world is. This is what the theory is. Like I said, I don't know for sure about none of that shit. But the theory is that it's another world on the other side of Antarctica.
Man. Yeah, so, that's heavy that everybody is in agreement about that one thing.
Everybody's scared at the same time.
And them folks don't break it either. Like that's the crazy part either. Like you don't never hear about nobody going to war about Antarctica.
Because you know it's always one. It's always somebody gonna go test the waters or
nobody has done it. Shit, that's true.
Nobody fuck with it.
Yeah, that's true. I've never heard about nobody fucking with it. So
like now, like since TikTok been popular, you've been getting people like going out there on some shit like where you can only go so far. Like so they'll go out there and try to pretend like, yeah, I'm in Antarctica, this is the da-da-da-da-da. But really, like almost like Area 51, if y'all know what Area 51 is, like you can go up to so far to Area 51, and it's like, all right, nigga, turn your stupid ass around. Like,
right.
You can't you can't go no further. And that's how Antarctica is. Like you can be in Antarctica a little bit.
Yeah.
But like only so far.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, nigga, the world is unexplainable, bro.
Yeah.
Was it Liberia? Just found. They think they found the tomb of Cleopatra. They found an underground tunnel. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that they never found her tomb.
That was my question. That was about to be my next question. I didn't know it was lost. I didn't know they didn't.
They never. How do you have such an intricate story about someone and you ain't never found no evidence of her?
You be making up shit, man.
Bro, these folks, they be making up shit, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. White people good at that too. I just seen this article the other day talking about they done found 100 coffins and they think they could be kings and queens and shit. I'm like, bro, do not. do not open that shit in 2022, bro. The way this shit been going, don't open that shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all, man. It's gonna be all kind of magic activated out here.
And see, but the thing about with I hate saying white people, but it is mostly white people. I'm sorry. It is mostly white people. But
they good for discovering some shit.
When they find some shit on some archaeology shit, my issue is that because you found it, now you're the creator of it. You get what I'm saying? So like now you can just say, yeah, I found this rock and this is what it means. Right? It's like, nigga, how the fuck?
They do the same shit.
Nigga ain't got no documents, no parchments. Goddamn.
Nigga just got a rock with some lines.
And you don't
say, that's a fossil.
Nigga
name it. Nigga give it a name. Oh, that's a fossil. Like how the hell? How the hell?
This was the T-Rex head ass. Do you see the skull on this guy? That's the T-Rex.
Right.
How do you know that? How do you know that, bro?
What lab you got that out
there? T-Rex.
You don't find that suspicious? And then I see an article talking about that now all dinosaurs were birds.
Bro, they switch it every 10 years, bro. I told you, they switch it every 10 years. You know, in the next 10 years, every dinosaur was a rat.
Right.
Now dinosaurs were covered in feathers.
Man.
What? What kind of science you done goddamn created that can tell you from a rock, not from the bones, but from the rock around the bone disintegrated.
Right.
The bone don't exist.
Right.
A fossil is a rock.
Right.
With imprints of so what science that you done created, nigga, that can tell you that a feather was on this motherfucker, bro?
Let me find out ostriches are descendants of dinosaurs. It's the ostrich, bro.
That big ass ostriches running around here.
A 10-foot ostrich. I'm crying, bro.
Big ass ostrich just running around.
Man, nigga said an ostrich.
Oh shit! Emu got down. That's funny as hell.
And they just make up stuff, bro. And I realize though,
I hate to say white people, but it's mainly white people who do.
It's mostly white people, bro.
Be going to everybody else's country, talking about they discovered some shit.
Hey, we said that, you talked about that last week.
Like, bro, how you discover some shit with people already there? That just it doesn't make sense, bro. It's like, yeah, I'm already here. Not only am I already here, but I'm already here with a society, nigga.
Right. Like, we already established.
We got a real world happening.
Like we got at the same time.
All culture and all. Y'all talking about y'all discover some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and then recreate the whole culture of that nation, of that land.
Oh yeah, they gonna do that.
Call it yours.
Yeah, they gonna do that.
Man,
they invented that.
They hell no.
Hey man, they Christopher Columbus everything, man. Cristobal Colombo, everything.
Everything, bro. Everything, bro. Out of all the goddamn shit they changing, all these rules and LGBT and all, ain't nobody took away Christopher Columbus Day.
Right.
He definitely don't need. That's like giving R. Kelly a day.
Facts. No, facts, man. Facts. Cristobal Colombo. That name Just
might
that
as
name
well,
alone.
give Harvey Weinstein a day. Like, nigga,
Pretty much.
that's
Pretty
basically what you saying, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
any rapist, murderer that you can think of, just give him a day.
Give him a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no way that Christopher Columbus should be celebrated.
Absolutely. Mass murdering ass.
No, facts. And then celebrated with a feast. That boy different.
Yeah, he different.
What?
He different.
That boy different.
Different, nigga.
How much you want to bet that turkey was medium rare? Goddamn.
That's sick. First off, nigga, a medium rare turkey is crazy.
Real crazy.
He's a sick person, dog. He's a sick person, man.
Medium rare turkey is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Nah, bro. But shit, let's go ahead and dive into the main topic of the show today. This is why I want to bring you on, so you can give your perspective of this. So basically, we choosing. I'm gonna ask y'all as simple as ignorance or knowledge. All right, this is the concept of the episode. Ignorance or knowledge. Would you, if you went through your life completely, died, and then at the end, this is of course hypothetical, at the end, they say you can keep all the knowledge that you have from this lifetime, and you can continue into this next lifetime with that knowledge, and you can build on top of that knowledge and just continue. Knowledge. Or you can remain ignorant every single time that you come back and live your life through that ignorance, right? So before, I like to get this little breakdown before y'all answer. Ignorance, you can go through life ignorant and happy because what you know technically can't hurt you because it can't emotionally impact you because you never was conscious of it. It might impact the world around you without you knowing it, but you don't know it. So would you choose that life, or would you choose the burden and the responsibility of obtaining knowledge throughout all of these generations? Like, which one would you choose?
Pull us on.
Go ahead, Keith.
Oh, see, y'all keep throwing me in first.
You want me to go? You want me to go first?
Yeah, let me gather my thoughts. I got to think about that one.
Okay. This is a tough question. I love this. I love this question. I love this.
Yeah, it's just a dope question though.
Yeah, this episode. I'm just gonna go raw. Pause. I really don't say Paul. I'm too old to be saying Paul, man.
Right.
But anyway, I'm gonna choose ignorance.
Ignorance is bliss.
Let's hear it.
Ignorance is bliss.
Y'all really want to hear it?
Let's hear it, man.
I'm gonna choose ignorance. Now y'all gotta give me a couple minutes here, because this is something I've meditated on. Well, I've considered this for a long time. The basis of where I'm going, and it just ties right into the topic. And so I'm very passionate about this part right here. Okay, so you know what I'm about to do, Wise. About to go into my Bible bag.
Get in your Bible bag, bro.
So I'm gonna go into my Bible bag, you know what I'm saying? And this is not a religious show. This is my disclaimer, it's not a religious show. You know, the thoughts that I express are not the thoughts of Artifacts Podcast or anyone on the show. This is my personal opinion, you know, because Wise hate Jesus. So
I don't hate Jesus, bro. Don't do that. I respect the idea of whatever anybody believes in.
Yeah, no,
let's state that. Whatever you believe in, I respect it.
No, I literally planned that line right there. I
already know.
I thought about that last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit him with this right here. Now, me and Wise, we've had discussions for years, you know what I'm saying? So I respect him, he respect me. It's all good. And I don't have a problem with anybody disagreeing with me. But so when I say these things, this is from a perspective. If you subscribe to the Bible, or even if you just believe in certain principles, you don't have to believe in it, but there's some certain principles or things that you can draw from it. So the reason why I would choose bliss is, so in the beginning, according to the Bible, if we talking Bible things, okay, in Genesis chapter 2, it accounts for the creation how it's an accounting of the creation. Okay. And so to make a long story short, God creates Adam. Well, first of all, he created the world, and then he created the Garden of Eden, and then inside of the garden, there were two trees, or whatever. There were a lot of trees in it, but in the middle of the garden, there was 2 trees. Okay. So he puts Adam inside the garden to take care of the garden. And the first thing he did was he gave Adam a commandment. He said, all the trees in the garden you may freely eat. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat. So in the day that you eat of that tree, you should certainly die. Okay. And so he gave him the commandment. Then Eve was created after that. Matter of fact, after he gave him that commandment, he gave Adam the charge to name all the animals, whatnot. Okay. So Adam had a portion of knowledge. He had a portion of, knowledge, but it was limited. Okay. And I would say even, he had a limited knowledge, right? So he gave the commandment to Adam. Then he gave Adam the responsibility to name the animals. Then Eve was created. Okay. So now they're in the middle of the garden. And now he says in the middle of the garden, there's 2 trees, the tree of life, and then the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay. So now in my mind, there are 2 choices there. You have eternal life, because if you partake of as long as you eat of the tree of eternal life, the tree of life, you'll live forever. The other tree, he said, if you partake of that tree, you're going to surely die. Okay. So what happens? Eve get caught slipping by the serpent. We identify him as Satan. Okay. Understand that Satan was already in the earth before man was even created. Okay. But there was sin was not in operation yet, because he didn't have any rights to the earth. Okay. As far as operation. Okay. So he had to find an entry into, the realm of sin had to be opened up. Okay. And so he catches Eve slipping, right? And he's spitting to her, he's spitting game to her, you know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, boom. You ain't see this tree right here? He like a car salesman. Hey, you see this car over here? Yeah, I know that. I know that tree. That's the tree God told us not to eat from. He said you should not look at it, you should not touch it. You're gonna surely die. He didn't say all that. Okay. He just told him not to eat of it. Okay. So devil already knew right there, I got you. Okay. Now, baby girl, check this out. God just knowing the day that you eat of that tree, you're gonna become like him. You're gonna become wise like him. Okay. 2, he knows it's a tree. So the Bible said that at that point, at that point she saw that the tree was good for food. Okay, that's the lust of the flesh. It was desirable to look on. That's the lust of the eyes, and it can make one wise. That's the pride of life. Which in the New Testament you'll see those are 3 elements. Sin or whatever. All that's in the world: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. Okay, so boom, he caught her right there. So because she already seen the tree, but at that point she saw the tree differently. Okay, so he exposes her to a little bit of knowledge. Okay, because what he said wasn't a lie. It wasn't wrong. Okay, in essence. So at that point, he entices her. She partakes of the fruit. Right. What does she do? First thing she do, she give it to her husband. Okay. Nothing happened until Adam partook of the fruit. Why? Because Adam had the responsibility. Adam had the charge. Adam had the rights to the earth. He's a type of Christ. He was the king of the earth, so to speak. He had the dominion on earth. So once he's compromised, that's when the whole world shifts. Okay. So what Adam does, instead of being a man, confronting his wife, accountability stuff we've been talking about, and keeping her in check, boom, he falls to the temptation, partakes in the fruit. So remember, God said that in the moment you eat of it, you shall surely die, right? He didn't die a physical death. He died a spiritual death, okay? So there was a disconnect between God and man at that point. Now, before that, God put them in a garden and he spoke directly to them. They had a direct, open communication with God, back and forth. There was no separation. There was no, you have to pray and do nothing, okay? Everything was direct. That was a relationship, direct relationship between God and man. Okay. But now what happened is not so much the disobedience caused the separation, but also the disobedience opened up another realm, which is the realm of knowledge. Because all they knew before that was what God told them. And they just did what God told them to do. Okay, you can call it a program, you can call it brainwashing even if you want to. And this is my opinion, it was a safeguard. Because he said, once you partake of the fruit, you'll be as God, you'll be as one. What is it? It's the tree of knowledge, of the knowledge of good and evil. So now a whole realm of information has been downloaded into man at once. Okay. And so now an internal war has started in man between the knowledge of God and the knowledge of the world. Science. So that's the first time you're going to see that war. And so of science and God, it's always an issue between what people think science is and what God says. And then people use science to dispute God and vice versa. Right. And so now man is dealing with, so listen, so at that point, scales fell from their eyes, because guess what? Because that realm opened up. Somebody called it the third eye. I don't know. Different people got different ideas about it. Whatever the case may be, before they didn't think about being naked, but now it says they knew that they were naked, and then they became ashamed. They didn't even know what ashamed was. They didn't even know what naked was. Knowledge, when that knowledge was downloaded, boom, we naked, we boom. And not only that, we did something wrong. We got to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? So they sewed fig leaves together, put on clothes. Then they tried to hide from God. You know what I'm saying? So this is all in their mind. Why? Because they're warring. They're trying to figure things out now, and now they stop depending on God. And now, and because they're dealing in the realm of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so now this thing has now evil is moving in the world. Knowledge is moving in the world. So now this is where I believe where, again, even the knowledge of self, came into play at. Because man, we've been on a self-discovery or attempt to discover ourselves since then. And since then, we've been out of touch, or we've been trying to figure out who we are, what we're supposed to be doing. And so now because when knowledge comes in, like you said earlier, that's why I was smiling, now you have the burden of responsibility that comes with knowledge, okay? The little knowledge they had, that was a little bit of responsibility. Don't eat from the tree. That's all. That's the only thing he told them not to do, right? Don't eat from the tree. That was the only. So now it was accountability for that. There's discipline for that. But now you got a whole realm of knowledge, and that starts the discourse between God and man. Okay, and so with that knowledge, the more knowledge you get, the more the mind has to work with, the more you have to worry about, the more you get tempted by, the more, you see what I'm saying? Like say, sin, how did sin become active? Because that was the knowledge of it. It was the knowledge of good and evil. You see what I'm saying? God already gave them the good, so now they got the balance. So now they know now the realm of evil is opened up. Now you got to contend with that because you've been exposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Think about the neighborhoods we grew up in, right? We grew up innocent. You know what I'm saying? Once we got exposed to the first dice game, or exposed to your big homie cooking crack in the kitchen, or you got exposed to a pistol, you were innocent until you came into the knowledge of street life. Okay. And now when you came to the knowledge of the street life, okay, now you got to contend with, are you going to go this way or are you going to go that way? Right. And then everything now it's either a burden or a blessing. You see what I'm saying? And so I would shoot, I think the more you know, I got a lot to say about this. I'm gonna curtail this though, but the more you know, I think the more burdensome it is and the more potential it has for you to have problems. You see what I'm saying? And stress, the thing that's killing us, especially as Black men on this earth. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing, we're never satisfied. We're never satisfied because I believe that we're not directly connected to the source that can satisfy us. We're going to always search for knowledge, always search for more. We're going to always look for more answers. There's always going to be an angle. Like you said last week, we can contend any conspiracy with the angle and dispute it with different facts from another whole different side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? And so we're never satisfied. We're never satisfied with the knowledge that we get, with the power that we get. And so we're always, so we go into depression. We you know what I'm saying? So it never ends. You know, it's like a drug. Think about people on a remote island, right? That don't have access to the internet and don't have books. And you know what I mean? Think about the type of life that they're living, the type of, you know, these people be living to 100 years old, 110, 120 years old. They don't have this because they don't have the same access to knowledge and information. And so they're not exposed to the stresses and to the burdens of life that we are. Look at our kids, man. We came up going outside playing with He-Man, you know, watching cartoons and getting outside, getting active, right? But our kids, they got so much information at 19 years old, 12 years old, got cell phones, you know, and guess what? They're under a different pressure. They're under a different type of, you know, they comparing themselves to people in Georgia comparing themselves to people in California, you know, and their life is not like theirs. And, you know, we didn't have that growing up, you know? And so all these different emotions and depression is creeping in. Why? Because it's just so much knowledge and so much access. So I'm gonna tone it down right there, let y'all chime in and kind of, you know, bounce off what I say. I got a lot to say about it, but that's just one side of it. That's one angle I'm looking at it. But I would choose Bliss just to have peace and figure out life, my life, for whatever realm I'm in, whatever culture I'm in, and try to, you know, be the best at that. Because, like you said earlier, man, it's hell out here.
Is this Saturday or Sunday? Goddamn.
He said he
Apostle
gave
Johnson is in the building.
No, he said he was getting into the goddamn.
Yeah, he broke it. Yeah, he broke it down for sure. He broke it down for sure.
Did you got something for it?
Yeah, facts. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Bruh.
I love this. A heavy topic, man.
No. So I'm gonna choose knowledge over ignorance, because yes, you live a stress-free life, but you can only help yourself. That's how I feel with the, like, you know, with being ignorant to everything. Yes, it's gonna be stress-free, everything else, but I think it's kind of like selfish in a sense, because you're only you my bad. I
get what you're saying.
I have a problem here, but like you're only helping yourself. You can't help anybody else. With knowledge, yes, it comes great stress. It comes great responsibility. You know, I'm going to choose knowledge because I feel like my spirit calling of who I am, you know, lifetime after lifetime, you know, is to help and to give knowledge, you know, to retain knowledge and to dish it back out. Yes, it's stressful as hell. It's stressful every day. Like you said, like stress might be the #1 killer of the Black man. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, long story short, I'm definitely taking knowledge over ignorance, even though the ignorance is so goddamn tempting. Because you're telling me I ain't got to worry about shit. I could go out. I mean, I don't need all the other information. I don't need to know about all the past things that transpire on this earth. And, you know, I don't have to ask no questions and all this other shit. You know what I mean? I could just keep looking forward and moving forward and handling my business accordingly. That's tempting, but it's boring as hell. It's boring at the same time. And, you know, life without trials is boring as hell. You know, like you need something to build that character. You know what I mean? So overall, yeah, I'm choosing knowledge, man. I'm doubling down on knowledge.
Respect.
All right, so I'm gonna tap into something that you were talking about earlier, where you were speaking about maybe if he would have stood up to his wife and told her not to eat the apple, that they wouldn't have went down a certain path, or certain ideas or ideals wouldn't have been opened up to him. All right. So I challenge you, like you don't necessarily got to tap into it on this episode. We can definitely come circle back around to it. But I just want to put it into the atmosphere on some social experiment type shit, right? If you put a family in a box and then you tell them to start creating, what are the chances that, and this is take the idea of God out of that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the chances of them to continue to create and every single one of those kids are gonna think the same, right? So I almost kind of believe that naturally humans would have got to this state regardless, because of somebody was gonna be born that was like, with no assistance from no energy or no Satan or no devil or nothing, somebody was gonna be born and be like, this tree pretty as fuck. Because we're just all different. We're all unique to the codes that makes up our DNA. Our genetic buildup, everybody is different. All of our wiring in our brain is completely different. That's how we were designed. So nobody in the world thinks like you. We might think similarly, but nobody thinks the same. So I challenge you to just think about that. Maybe we would have got here regardless, without no assistance from any type of outside source, because of the things that we are. It could be possible that our natural instinct is to build to something, to create to something to a level and then start over. That could really be a possibility, that we get to a certain point and then we kill ourselves and then we start over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that could just be the experiment. We don't know what it is. We just from a realist, like, we can have our personal experiences with energy for sure. And I'm not taking that from nobody. I believe that it's something that we're all tapping into.
Yeah.
But to connect it directly to the Bible is kind of tough for me, because that idea, I don't necessarily agree with, that humans wouldn't have got to this point anyway, just naturally,
Right.
because of the way that we think. All right, so
let me answer that real quick though. That part is the least of the point. What I mean by that is, like, the main point is that once that realm of knowledge open up, brings about the burden,
right,
and the subsequent consequences of being exposed to more knowledge or knowledge. Okay. The other side to it is, I disagree with you on this part right here. Is that as far as the outside energy thing, I think it would always took an outside energy to introduce or to get that ball rolling, or for that eye to open, because they didn't have the concept of attraction. That like I said, when he exposed her to that, that's when she looked at the tree and saw it to be okay. Yeah, it is nice, so to speak. So I think it would always took outside. I think it always take an outside energy to cause someone to challenge rational thought or a common thread of thought. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that. So your point as far as DNA, the DNA, the only DNA they had at the time was of God. You know what I'm saying? They literally had the DNA of God, being made directly from Him. And I think the DNA was everything was corrupted at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And so would we all be? All this is subjective. You know what I'm saying? So
right, of course.
Will we all be proverbial robots, just doing everything God channeling us or tell us to do? Maybe it will be. Would at some point somebody come along and challenge that? maybe. You know, but I think that I think that it's encoded in us now to challenge, to change, to be radical, to do certain things. At that moment, I don't think it was. I don't even think it would evolve into that until the outside source comes in and corrupt the paradigm or the DNA. But you can answer that, but we can this is like saying
right. That's why I said really another topic. I really gotta come back where we're gonna push forward.
Okay.
Wait, come out.
I knew.
Which one you chose?
I ain't said it yet. I'm finna get into it now.
Okay, cool.
I knew I was gonna stir rise up with my point.
It's just certain point because I get it too. At the same time, I don't want you to think that I don't understand.
Oh,
it's just certain little points of it where it's just like I just don't know. That's my thing is when I don't have like a confirmed, like I absolutely believe it. Like it's tough for me to kind of agree with it or whatever because I wasn't there. I didn't see it, and I could only go from this documented information or whatever. Right. So it's tough for me to just be like, okay, yeah, that's for sure what happened. But then when I look at like the history of like social experiments and how people naturally react to their environments, it's like if that's what you created in us, regardless, like wouldn't that would have came alive anyway? Like if it couldn't exist in us if you didn't put it there in the first place.
All right, now you gonna take me back to the conspiracy theories now?
Hold up.
It can't exist in you if you didn't put it there.
Thanks. That's a great point. That's a great point.
So, and that's my issue. Is like if it was already in us to begin with, it's in God clearly. It was. All this stuff is in God clearly. So if it's in us regardless, I feel like eventually we're gonna evolve.
It's gonna happen.
We're gonna evolve into these people.
I agree with you on that point. I
definitely agree on that.
I agree that it's already in us because, you know, I think the fruit itself opened up the realm. That means it was just activated. I mean, it opened up their eyes to see what was already there, to understand what was already present. You know what I'm saying? For the download to be, you know, realized or whatever. You know, so I agree with you on that. You know, so like I say, it's just one of the things it could have went that way, it could have went that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't know what would happen if it would have stayed the same. They would take the fruit. Somebody might have violated later on.
Eventually, dog. It was gonna happen eventually. Whether it was.
Let me ask you this though, because my premise was based on Adam taking the fruit, not Eve, not any other person,
right? Because it was his responsibility, right?
Right. So my thing. So again, even if somebody else violated, would it have been the same effect as when Adam did?
Yeah, because guess what us as humans do is when we find out some shit, we go tell somebody. So if I got there go eat that tree and I'm like, oh shit, bro, I ate the goddamn apple. And nigga, did you know that it's an actual sky above us? Like, you know what I mean?
But does the realm change if Adam never partakes? That's my question. Does the realm open up to them?
I think it would have to through information.
It would have to.
No. The realm. I'm saying my argument is the realm doesn't open up until Adam partakes.
I guess the real question is who controls the realm then, because in my mind, we control our own realities. So if we're the ones that's passing the information, then we're gonna naturally change the realm. We're gonna naturally switch the paradigm.
This is my argument. My argument is there's no information available until Adam partakes. He's the key. He opens the door. It's not when Eve eats, the realm don't nothing happen.
It gotta be in you already though, huh? For it to be unlocked. It's got to be in that bitch already.
I'm saying so, but Adam is the only one that Adam. If you look at the scripture in the context, it don't unlock until he partakes. It's not an issue. God don't come walking through the garden. Hey man, what y'all doing? Until Adam partakes. So what I'm saying is, the argument is, Adam is not even exposed to the realm. He don't have information or knowledge until he partakes of the apple. So if Adam never partakes, then do we have the same result?
I think so, because after Adam was what, Cain and Abel, right?
I mean, yeah, eventually.
What if his descendants did it? What if he didn't do it, but his prince does it? You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking if Adam, so in my mind, Adam is the only one who can unlock the realm. So
he's
that's
the only one. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But how could that be possible when we're all part of the same ancestral line? Meaning we all have the same information embedded in us.
Like, because he got the commandment. The commandment, because like it is right here. If you know, you got kids, right? And so you got an older son, right? And so you tell your older son, listen, don't stick your hand in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? The day you eat of the cookie jar, your bottom shall be whooped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody in the household, you know what I'm saying, gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So Adam has that responsibility. Okay. Now you can argue that because he has responsibility, he passes that information down to everybody else, and he's still responsible based off what they're doing. That's an argument. So but other side to it is,
how do you stop the information though? Is what I'm saying. Like no matter if
it's not because the information is not. This is what I'm saying. The information is not available yet.
But it will be eventually. Is what I'm saying. That's
the subjective part of this situation. That's right. Part we don't.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why it's hard to even go either way with it, because it's like it's always gonna be subjective. Yeah. Because I literally believe it. Like I believe that like eventually niggas is gonna realize it. Like I'm not gonna keep walking past this tree every day, even as
because you're dealing with human nature as it sits right now.
Exactly.
That's human nature, but that nature is a result. My argument is that nature is the result of the fruit, the sin that entered into the world. That nature was not present before the fall. Everything changed at the fall.
And my argument is that nature existed anyway.
It existed within you anyway. It just had to be unlocked. I get both of y'all points.
Yeah.
Y'all both
had to exist.
I'm right though, because I'm a Leo.
Everything
I say is right.
Oh hell no! Hey, end it. Podcast over. but all jokes aside, I get what Uncle's saying. Adam held the key, basically. You know what I mean? So if he refuses, then you know the human nature part of it that we're thinking about never exists.
Right. But my thing is that,
and why is it
because we were spiritual?
It's already in you. It's already in you. It just needs
we were spiritual beings. See, when the Bible says in chapter 1, when we created Adam, he breathed into him the breath of life, and he became a living soul. That's a Hebrew word, is nephesh. He became a living soul.
Right.
He didn't become alive until God breathed into his nostrils, the spirit. He became a spirit being. Mm-hmm. So we were spirit beings. You see what I'm saying? Before the fall, even the diet was different. They didn't even eat meat before the fall. They were vegetarian before the fall. After the fall, that's when you see, you know what I'm saying, they began to kill animals and eat the animals. Everything about them was they were genetically different before the fall.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, but my thing is that even in scripture, Adam wasn't even the first person to eat the fruit. So it's like, so
exactly,
you can't. So he can't control the information that people was receiving.
The realm wasn't open. I'm saying Eve ate the fruit, right? Right.
It was information
but still wasn't open when Eve ate it. What you're saying?
Yeah, the context doesn't show that the realm shifted when Eve ate it. The story don't go left until Adam, until she gets it.
But no, peek me real quick. So let hypothetically to the hypothetical, Adam don't eat the fruit. Oh hell no, you got me fucked up. I'm not. God told me I'm not eating that fruit, not eating it. He does that, right? They have kids. The firstborn, she take a little piece of the apple.
That's what I was getting at.
Go to Adam again. Adam still turn it down. They have another kid. Here go a little piece of the apple. Take a little piece. Your dad don't want to eat it, but here go a little piece of the apple so you can see the world. They have another kid. How do you stop that?
I get what you're saying.
No matter if he accepts it or not.
I get what you're saying, but my argument is that the impact on the world doesn't happen unless Adam takes the fruit, the end result. So I like so what's subjective about this and what we don't know, and what, again, like I say, all this is my opinion, and it's still to be studied out, is that okay, if Eve partook of the fruit, how much was she enlightened when she partook of the fruit? That's the part that you can argue against my point. Okay. And so if she had a portion of knowledge or not a lot of knowledge, okay, and Adam never partook, and then down the line, genetically, could that impact us genetically? Maybe. And in our minds, with the way the world is now, it should, but spiritually, is it? I'm not sure because of Adam's authority.
Because of his authority on the whole world.
On the whole world.
Yeah. Adam, so you got your point is very valid. You have a valid point.
So Adam is the end all be all. Is basically what you're saying. Adam is
the key to everything changing because he go ahead.
So if Eve ate it, if their sons ate it, that portal still wouldn't be open because the person who's in charge of it didn't partake in it. Is what you're getting.
That's the gray area. Okay. And even having this discussion, I'm open to a different thought process. Some of the things Wise is saying. I'm open to. So that's the part that's great. In my mind, initially, it doesn't open up. But if that's the case, then why would it? Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to Adam because again, he gave the commandment to Adam and not Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say this, that the effects and on human nature, and as far as sin and things like that, and as far as the operation of sin in the world, I don't think anything would have changed if Adam had not partaken, because he had authority. God gave him dominion over what was active at the time, and that was represented by him being able to name the animals. You name something, you have authority over. You name your kids because they're yours. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part we can argue, because that's the gray area, is that what impact did it have on Eve when she partook of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and how that would have translated down the line. So it might have created and some type of issue internally. I don't know, but again, my main argument is the sin nature, the part of us that that the nature of us that causes that allows us to feel pain, hurt, emotions, death. None of that was active until Adam partook. You know what I'm saying? That's probably my main argument. But that's a good point though. She did partake.
Right.
So you have to assume that she gained some knowledge or something opened up. How that would affect the rest of the line. But as far as the connection between God and man,
I'm gonna say this: she had to feel something, and that portal had to open for her too. Because why are you so adamant about me taking this also? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was as simple as I'm taking a bite of this fruit and it tastes like the rest of it, I'm not gonna come to you and beg you to take it.
So it's like a drug then, like
right. So it's like she got it and she's seen it all. Now that's why she's bringing to you like, nigga, you gotta try this.
Good point.
So I think, I think regardless,
and then that could just be like the fruit could just be knowledge in general, like her just figuring something out. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why it's super subjective, because she could literally have just been walking past and was like. Like something just ain't adding up type shit. Like and she presented that information to like, what you think us about us being like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It is out. Like, you know what I mean? And he thought about it for a second, like, damn, my dick is out. Like that could have I'm saying that could have happened. Like that literally could have been like
I don't don't think
I
he
don't
would.
know,
See,
bro.
I don't think he would have understood what he would have understood until he ate though.
Yeah, until he ate. But I think she.
I
I think
said
she
the fruit
understood.
could have been
Got it.
the fruit could be the information, is what I'm saying. Symbolic
I believe.
for the information.
Yeah. I definitely believe that. I believe the fruit was a form of a download.
No, facts. It
It
was
was like a whole download.
it was a limitless pill, damn near.
Yeah, or the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
being plugged up basically.
What's
right.
your
So go ahead.
My bad. Why? Did you give your answer yet?
Nah, cause Ty won't goddamn let me, bro. I keep trying to answer. Nigga want to debate bad as hell.
Hey, no, I ain't gonna lie, this shit lit though. I'm with it. I'm with the bullshit.
This is a debate show too. People don't know this is a debate show, you know.
Nah,
so
for
this,
sure.
I know I can get wise in the bag, you know. I bring the Bible up. Stuff.
Yeah,
so
and it's gonna always be articulate, and then they're gonna never be emotional.
No. But again, back to my point though. Okay, knowing what has happened to the world since. Let's assume. Let's say the Bible is true. Red pill or blue pill? Tree of life.
That's the question, right? In the simplest form.
Tree of knowledge.
That what's damn. We just brought that full circle.
Yeah, that's the question in the simplest form. Which pill would you take?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I probably would have did what Adam did, dog. This curiosity, like you said, is already in you.
Let's fuck it. Let's go.
It's already in you. It just has to be unlocked. So
it's
like
in you, but you don't.
But you know it's already in you because you got the thought process of maybe I want to do this.
Okay,
you know, you're not supposed to.
Okay,
so that's
okay. Watch this though. Did it become an issue because it's called what? Forbidden fruit, right?
Yeah.
What are we most attracted to?
Right.
Okay, so would it have been an issue if God never told them not to mess with it? Like they probably would have avoided the joint.
My bad. You always want what you can't have, type shit.
Right.
But God was playing mind games the whole Bible though. Like,
he was. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Toxic is a motherfucker, to be honest.
God got some human ass traits, dog. That's all I'm saying. God got some human ass traits. He's an instigator for sure.
So why eternal life with everything you want at your hand, you can eat when you want, you can, have sex when you want, you can, you get everything you need, you can get what you want directly from God. Ain't no questions, ain't no mysteries and nothing, no worries, no stress, no pain, no death. Red pill.
All of those things are introduced.
Right. Now it's on you.
Damn. I thought I had an answer until you said it like that.
he got me doubling back. Like, hold on, man. Wait, give me a second. It's funny how it came full circle though.
And I'm biased to myself, I think. So I can only really speak honestly and authentic from the perspective of that I'm in right now.
Okay.
Whatever. So
let's remove the Bible let's remove all that out the picture.
Right, because that's tough because I can't just put myself in the Garden of Eden type shit.
Right.
But from this form of history, this form of reality that let's say go all the way back to maybe the 1300s, I probably know information from the 1300s to right now or whatever.
Yeah, you definitely know information, brother. So
that's what I'm on scaling off of. I know a lot of information from this time period to this time period.
Okay.
And I feel like that information haunts me more than not knowing it or whatever. Because it never crossed my mind and I never thought about it. And TikTok definitely took those anxieties to a whole nother realm. And we're evolving right now. Like as a species, we're turning into another form of the humanoid. So our technology is helping with that. And the way that we think, our emotions, everybody's dealing with mental health issues right now. That got a lot to do with social media.
Yes.
And the addiction to always trying to get those neurons fired up constantly trying to feel that sensation of feeling good. Basically, that's what social media do. The act of it. And your body don't know the difference. Like smoking a cigarette fire off neurons, scrolling on TikTok fire up neurons, and your body don't know what the fuck. It just know that it's triggering and it feel good and it feel familiar.
Wow.
And becomes habitual. That's how you get your addiction to fucking cigarettes and food and sex and all these different addictions, is because of the neurons being fired up.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but we don't. The body is not like, oh, he's smoking a cigarette, or he, you know what I mean? It just know that I want that. Get whatever it's gonna give me that feeling, give it to me or whatever.
That's heavy.
And I would probably have to say that the information that I know, if I could bring that back, and then I think I would probably choose information, because the person that I am right now, I feel like that I'm egotistical to the point that I feel like that I'm gonna figure it out type shit. I feel like that I'm so stuck in myself that, like, if I had the opportunity to remember everything that I know now, and then I got shot after shot after shot after shot after shot, I think that I would fucking figure it out. Like, I feel like that about myself. So that's why I personally would choose, you know what I mean? Like, cause I feel like I would come back and I would know, okay, I'm gonna cover this part of the world on this lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when I come back, I'm gonna do this part of the world. And when I come back, I'm gonna focus on just the water. And then when I come back, I'm focusing on just space.
It's no right or wrong answer, because if you choose eternal life, fine, you know, everything is smooth and dandy or whatever. But like, if you choose knowledge, like, your soul never dies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, energy can never be created or destroyed. It's one of the first rules you learn in biology.
Right.
It only transfers.
Right.
So you're going to get chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. So either way it goes, it's still eternal life. You know what I mean? Because your soul never dies. So, but it will be boring as hell if I wake up every day and know it's a W. All I gotta do is, I know exactly what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be any accidents. It's not gonna be any trials or tribulations. It's not gonna be anything. I get exactly what I want at my disposal. That sounds boring as hell. Like, as these particular beings that we are, we need those. I feel like we need those things. You know, we need to be able to set goals. If you have everything set in stone for you already, there is no goal. You already got the W. You know what I mean? So
good.
That's a fact.
So I'm definitely going with knowledge all the way through, because I'm
now y'all kind of pulling me. Y'all gotta pulling me back on the other side now, man.
I'm getting chance and chance and chance and chance and chance. Like, this is probably like my 20th chance right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question later on based on what you just said. So now, man, y'all kind of making me, because I love the experience of life. You know,
exactly right.
I do. I enjoy going through hell and high water, figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? Getting to a certain level, getting knocked down, come back. You know what I'm saying? And so I enjoy the process of life. I enjoy the process of people, the process of thinking. You know what I mean? Why I talk about this a lot. You know, so to not have that right now it don't seem real. But if I never had it,
and that's the thing, that's the tricky part of it, is like you're thinking from the perspective of what you've already experienced.
Right.
So
right.
If you ain't never had it, then you won't feel no type. You won't be bored because you ain't never had nothing more exciting than this. So
right.
You know what I mean? So
but how long before it gets boring?
I don't think it ever does. If in fact what Unc is saying is true and none of that never exists until Adam eats it, I don't think that it ever gets born if things never change.
If you never activate that part, I got you.
Yeah, I don't think it.
So what if you come back? So okay. So what if I'm on an island, remote island, and I keep coming back?
It's just me on the island.
No, it's a tribe or
Okay.
a colony or whatever.
Right.
Do you think that they would? Well, I mean, I guess we have tribes right now that have been around for centuries or whatnot that haven't really changed their cultures or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's heavy, man. This because it's hard. Like you say, it's hard to put yourself into another mind without thinking about your current experiences and your and the things that you have in your life right now. Okay, let me ask you this. So if what if somebody did come to you with a red or blue pill, right? And there was another and they basically was, this realm is not real. Let me show you the real realm.
Basically, the Matrix. If the Matrix happens, right? Okay,
what pill would you choose from right now where you're at? This is your life right now. Which pill would you choose? Blue pill stay the same. Red pill.
I ain't gonna lie. Without the fuck shit of the white boy, I forgot his name because he did some super fuck shit. No, the nigga that ended up teaming up with the agents.
I got a clip. We're gonna promo with that clip.
Without the fuck shit of what he did, I probably would try to do what he did. I would probably try to get unplugged, check it out, and then go back in that motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie to you because I like what this Matrix is for me.
So you're gonna go back into the program.
As far as my family and the way it makes me feel, I like that. So I don't want to go into no darkness with fucking Skeletors and shit. I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I want to go peep it out first. Basically, is what I'm saying. Let me go.
But how far are you gonna go though? Because now we're gonna go back to ignorance is bliss or more knowledge.
Hey, y'all. For at least probably like 10 years, bro, this is real shit. For like 10 years, that was my sole motivation for trying to make it in music. Like I like rap, I always like rap, but my motivation for wanting to be a rapper was so I can be famous and go to a party. No bullshit, bro.
You want to see what's happening?
Literally my whole, I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna be famous and I'm gonna walk in that motherfucker and I'm gonna see for myself who the fuck doing some weird shit, who the fuck worshiping whatever. You
about to find the Illuminati. You gonna find them out. You about to find out who they is.
I want to see it for myself, bro.
You trying to get an invite?
I'm gonna agree with you on that. That wasn't my sole reason, but it was definitely a part of it because like living in LA and all that other shit, like hearing about all these parties and how wicked shit gets or whatever. Yeah, that's definitely one of mine too. I agree with you on that. Going in there and seeing who's with the weird shit, who's getting bent over the table and shit for a record deal. Like, you know what I mean? I want
to see it for myself to know. I done got to a space where a nigga can't just take your word for the shit, even on some conspiracy shit. Like I don't just gonna believe you because you said Beyonce worship the devil type.
I need to see this.
Like I would have to actually see her doing this shit type shit for me to believe it or whatever. Right. And that's how I would treat if a nigga came to me on some Matrix shit. I would hell yeah, nigga, yeah, woo. Yeah. Unplug me ASAP.
Yeah.
And I'm sneaking back up out that motherfucker. For real, nigga, plug me back up, motherfucker. For real.
That's funny as hell.
Right. I got another angle to look at this though.
What's that?
They're choosing ignorance over knowledge. Why? Because the knowledge brings a burden of responsibility, which means you got to act upon it. But they rather choose the action of not knowing it and stay the same than go through the pain of, get discovery.
I think most people would choose ignorance though. Everybody ain't built for that. You know what I mean? Everybody's not built for everybody's not built for great responsibility. You know what I mean? Like everybody's not built for that. Like everybody's genetic makeup is not that. I think most people, probably 75 to 25, will take ignorance over knowledge. You know what I mean? Because you got people, nothing against people who work a job every day, you know what I mean? But you got people who work the same 9 to 5, making the same little ass money, but they're comfortable and they're content with it because it gets them through. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, it gets them through. They don't want no extra burdens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm content here.
Yeah.
Don't tell me nothing. Don't give me nothing different. Don't tell me nothing different.
And what I've learned is that they ain't wrong either. Like,
right.
You can. That's your happiness. That's your reality.
Facts.
If being complacent is okay with you, because that's the key. It got to be okay with you. If you okay with being complacent and working on at that desk for your whole life until you retire, then I think you should do it.
Yeah,
like I think you should absolutely do that.
Yeah,
if that's what makes you happy. Now, if you at that desk and you like, oh my God, you don't even want to come to work type shit, then you need to quit.
Right.
Right. You need to quit. Don't even worry about how you're gonna pay bills or none of that.
I'm talking about that's the person I'm talking about though. I'm talking about the person who don't want to do it, but they're content with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I really don't want to be here, but this shit been paying my bills on time for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I leave this and try to go find something else and now we struggling?
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though you know it's a great chance that you could be more successful. You just don't want to put that work in. You know what I mean? You'll rather be complacent.
That's absolutely. Go ahead, I'll go back.
I actually finna wrap this bitch up because I'm already late. I gotta go. But I appreciate the show today. I think today was a really, really good show.
Man, it was heat.
It was fun, man. Today was fun. I gotta bring me back on one day, man.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah, for sure.
I'll be in a place with less distractions, goddamn.
Right.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Georgia insight and your thoughts and ideas, man, and the energy. Definitely look forward to have you back on.
Make sure y'all subscribe to what we at Instagram, what we at Twitter, TikTok, what we at goddamn probably on Pinterest, nigga, MySpace.
Everything is at Artifacts Podcast except for Instagram. Except for Twitter. Twitter's Artifacts PDC. That's the only difference. Everything else is at Artifacts
Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like and comment because that's gonna put us in the algorithm. Episode 2, man. We down 2 on.
It's a wrap, man. Salute, man. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Win it. No cheat codes, pressure on pressure, make gold. Patience on patience, don't fold. All we want is everything, that's all we win. No cheat codes, pressure on pressure, make gold. Patience on patience, don't fold. All we want is everything, that's all we win. Double up.